The only two exercises you need for wide lats once and for all? It's truly sad to see how many guys spend years in the gym, training hard, and unfortunately don't get good results when it comes to their back. Many report not even feeling their lats actually working. Let's face it, doing a good back workout is a different science, requiring minimum anatomical knowledge and good mind-muscle connection. As long as you keep pulling cables, bars, and machines carelessly, nothing will happen. That's why today you'll see the 4 most common mistakes that prevent back growth, and the only 3 exercises that, if you apply them without making these 4 mistakes, will really make you feel your lats working and growing over time. Before we begin, please tell us through the comments your name and the city you're watching our content from. We'd love to know. Mistake number 1, biceps and forearm overload. This is, without a doubt, the main mistake that even people who've been training for years make throughout their back workout. The big problem here is that the arms take over the work that should be the back's, and this happens for a very simple reason. Arm muscles are smaller and weaker than the lats, but they're strategically positioned in the movement chain. When you don't have good mind-muscle connection with your back, the body naturally recruits the muscles you can feel better, which are precisely the biceps and forearms. The result of this is devastating for your development. You finish the workout with your arms completely fatigued, pumped and sore, while your back was barely stimulated. To avoid this, you need to develop the mind-muscle connection by imagining your hands as hooks that only hold the weight, not as active muscles that pull. Use wide, pronated grips, with palms facing down, as they recruit the back better by placing the biceps in a mechanically disadvantageous position. Watch your grip strength on the bar. Squeezing too hard excessively contracts forearms and biceps, taking focus away from the lats. Consider using straps or hooks to reduce grip effort, allowing the lats to work more freely and reach greater fatigue. Many practitioners resist using these tools, believing they need to strengthen their grip, but the truth is, you can train grip separately. Mistake number 2, neglecting full range of motion. Performing only part of the movement drastically limits muscular development and wastes your growth potential. Full range is crucial because it's at the extremes of the movement that you can recruit the maximum muscle fibers and generate the greatest stimulus for hypertrophy. It's important to stretch the muscles to the maximum in the eccentric phase and contract them completely in the concentric phase, exploring all the shortening and lengthening capacity your back can offer. In pull-ups, many don't fully extend their arms on the descent, nor bring their chest close to the bar on the ascent, performing only the middle portion of the movement. This is especially problematic because the highest part of the movement, when you need to intensely contract the lats to bring your chest to the bar, is where the greatest muscle activation occurs. In rows, allow the shoulders to move slightly forward in the eccentric phase to properly stretch the lats and trapezius, creating a pre-stretch position. Then pull with full force, bringing your elbows back until you feel maximum contraction, as if you wanted to touch your elbows behind your back. Full range doesn't mean excessive swinging or uncontrolled movements that can compromise your spine. Maintain proper form, but explore the limits of your range of motion. The muscle needs to work throughout its full extension to develop strength and size in a balanced way. Mistake number 3, not controlling the eccentric phase. Many believe that the only important part is lifting the weight and let it drop uncontrollably on the return, as if the work were complete as soon as the weight reached the top. The truth is that a large part of the stimulus for muscle growth occurs in the eccentric phase when the muscle is lengthened under tension. This negligence wastes the opportunity to generate controlled micro-tears that signal the body to repair and trigger hypertrophy. Research shows that the eccentric phase can be responsible for up to 40 to 50% of the total muscle growth potential in an exercise. Controlling the descent doesn't mean movement in slow motion or taking 5 seconds to lower the weight. It means imposing a steady rhythm, generally 2 to 3 seconds, keeping the muscle under constant tension throughout the entire trajectory. This also improves technique and allows advanced strategies like negative repetitions, where you can use loads up to 20 to 30% greater than in the concentric phase. Additionally, controlling the eccentric phase protects your joints and connective tissues from unnecessary impacts. It's the difference between building muscle intelligently and sustainably versus risking injuries that can take you out of training for weeks or months. Mistake number 4, training back only once per week. Training back only on Mondays, as many religiously do, considerably limits progress and leaves a lot of growth potential on the table. Recent studies and experience from high-level athletes show that increasing training frequency can considerably improve hypertrophy, especially in large muscle groups like the back. When you train only 1 day per week, there's a long interval of 6 or 7 days until the next stimulus, and during this time the muscle can completely return to baseline state. Dividing the total weekly volume into 2 sessions is much more efficient, providing more frequent activation without necessarily increasing the total sets performed. For example, instead of doing 12 sets at once, divide into 2 workouts of 6 sets spaced by 3 or 4 days. This allows greater intensity and quality in each individual set because you won't be as fatigued, and muscle protein synthesis remains elevated for longer throughout the week. Your lats can recover between sessions, but don't go too long without stimulus. It's like watering a plant. Better to water twice a week than pour all the water at once and let the soil dry for the next 6 days. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will make you progress healthily long-term in the bodybuilding world. Now that you know the 4 main mistakes, let's go to the necessary exercises. Exercise number 1, front lat pull-down. The front lat pull-down is undoubtedly one of the most complete and efficient exercises for developing wide and dense lats. The main benefit of this movement lies in its ability to work the lats throughout their full extension with constant resistance provided by the cable, unlike free weight exercises where tension varies throughout the movement. The beauty of the lat pull-down lies in its versatility. You can adjust the load precisely, perfectly control the eccentric phase, and maintain constant tension in the target muscles. To execute correctly, sit in the machine with your thighs firmly secured under the support. This prevents you from using body momentum. Grip the bar with a pronated grip, slightly wider than shoulder width. Slightly retract the scapulae and keep your chest elevated, creating a slight torso lean back, approximately 15 degrees. Initiate the movement thinking about pulling your elbows down and back, not pulling with your hands. Imagine your hands are just hooks connecting you to the bar. Pull until the bar comes close to the upper chest, holding the contraction for 1 second, then return in a controlled manner, allowing the arms to fully extend at the top, stretching the lats. A valuable tip is to focus on initiating the movement with scapular depression, pulling the shoulders down before flexing the elbows. This ensures you're activating the lats from the start, not just the arms. Also, try closing your eyes during some repetitions to improve mind-muscle connection. This may seem strange at first, but it forces you to feel the muscle working. Regarding training volume, I recommend 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions for hypertrophy. If you're starting out or have difficulty with mind-muscle connection, you can do slightly longer sets of 12 to 15 repetitions with moderate load to learn the motor pattern. For advanced practitioners, including heavier sets of 6 to 8 repetitions occasionally can stimulate strength gains that will translate into more hypertrophy. Rest 90 seconds to 2 minutes between sets, enough time to recover without losing muscle activation. The most common errors include using excessive momentum by swinging the torso back. This takes focus away from the lats and overloads the lower back. Another frequent error is pulling the bar too low, past the chest line, and approaching the abdomen, which shortens the range too much and puts the shoulders in a vulnerable position. Many also make the mistake of letting their shoulders rise at the top of the movement, losing tension in the lats. Avoid pulling with the biceps dominating the movement. If your arms are too fatigued before your back, you're not doing it right. Contraindications include acute shoulder injuries, history of dislocation, or glenohumeral instability. If you have cervical problems, avoid pulling the bar behind your head. Always maintain the front variation, which is safer for the cervical spine. Exercise number 2. Single-arm dumbbell row. The single-arm dumbbell row is possibly the most effective exercise for building thickness and density in the back. The great benefit of this movement lies in its ability to work each side independently, correcting muscle imbalances that are extremely common and generally go unnoticed in bilateral exercises. This exercise intensely recruits the entire middle back region, including the latissimus dorsi in its thickest portion, rhomboids, middle and lower trapezius, plus the spinal erectors that work isometrically to stabilize the spine. The single arm row contributes to wide and dense lats because it allows a much greater range of motion than bilateral exercises. You can pull your elbow much further back, generating a more intense contraction. To execute correctly, position one knee and the hand of the same side on a bench, creating a stable tripod support base. The opposite leg stays extended on the floor, slightly apart for balance. Hold the dumbbell with the working arm fully extended, keeping your back in neutral position, parallel to the floor. Initiate the movement by pulling your elbow up and back, keeping it close to your body as if you wanted to put the dumbbell in your back pants pocket. The secret lies in initiating the movement with scapular retraction, pulling the scapula toward the spine before flexing the elbow. Pull until the dumbbell reaches waist level or slightly above. Hold the contraction for 1 second, squeezing the back intensely, then descend in a controlled manner, allowing the scapula to move away and the arm to fully extend. Throughout the entire movement, avoid torso rotation. Keep hips and shoulders parallel to the floor. For training volume, execute 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions per side. Since the exercise is unilateral, you can do all sets on one side before switching, or alternate between sides each set. Both approaches work. Consider using straps if grip is limiting your repetitions before the back fatigues. Rest 60 to 90 seconds between sets on each side. The most common errors are using excessive load that doesn't allow full range. Many grab the heaviest available dumbbell and do mini repetitions that barely activate the back. Another critical error is excessively rotating the torso, trying to use momentum. This transforms the exercise into a full-body movement that barely works the back. Some also make the mistake of letting the shoulder drop in the eccentric phase, losing tension in the muscle. Avoid pulling with the biceps dominating. If you feel your arms more than your back, reduce the load and focus on the correct motor pattern. Contraindications include acute lumbar disc herniation, as the position can increase pressure on the discs. If you have shoulder problems, be cautious with range at the top of the movement. Don't force beyond what's comfortable. People with severe scoliosis should take special care with torso position and may benefit from executing the exercise with both knees supported on the bench for greater stability. Bonus exercise: seated cable row. The seated cable row is an extraordinary exercise that deserves special mention for its ability to work the back with constant resistance throughout the full range of motion. The main benefit of this movement lies in the continuous tension provided by the cable, unlike free weights where there are dead spots in the movement. This exercise intensely targets the middle and lower back region, strongly recruiting the rhomboids, middle and lower trapezius, the middle portion of the latissimus dorsi and the spinal erectors. The seated row contributes to wide and dense lats because it allows you to really squeeze the scapulae together in the maximum contraction phase, developing that impressive thickness when viewed from the front. To execute correctly, sit in the machine with feet firmly supported on the platform, knees slightly flexed. Hold the bar or handles, fully extend your arms and lean the torso slightly forward, about 10 to 15 degrees, allowing the shoulders to move forward and stretch the lats. Keep the lower back in neutral position, never rounded. Initiate the movement by pulling the elbows back, bringing the bar toward the lower abdomen, close to the navel. Simultaneously, lean the torso back until practically perpendicular to the floor. The movement should be fluid and controlled, thinking about bringing the scapulae toward each other as if you wanted to hold a pencil between them. When the bar touches your abdomen, hold the contraction for 1 full second, intensely squeezing the entire middle back region. A valuable tip is to experiment with different attachments. The straight bar works more the middle region, while V handles or neutral grip allow greater range and may be more comfortable for the shoulders. You can also use a wider grip with the bar to emphasize more lat width, or a closer grip to work thickness. Keep your chest elevated throughout the movement. This keeps the spine in a safe position and optimizes target muscle recruitment. The most common errors include using excessive momentum, violently swinging the torso forward and back like a pendulum. This may look impressive by the weight you're moving, but practically eliminates back work and dangerously overloads the lower back. Another frequent error is not allowing the shoulders to move forward in the eccentric phase, always keeping them retracted. This shortens the range and drastically reduces the stimulus. Many also pull the bar too high, close to the chest instead of the abdomen, which changes muscle recruitment and places more emphasis on the shoulders. Avoid rounding the lower back in any phase of the movement, especially in the starting position when you lean forward. If you notice your lower back is rounding, reduce the torso inclination. Don't let your elbows drift too far from your body during the pull. Keep them relatively close to maximize back work. For training volume, execute 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. The seated row responds well to slightly higher repetitions because it allows you to really feel the contraction without using loads that compromise form. If you're focusing on strength, you can do heavier sets of 6 to 8 repetitions occasionally. Rest 90 seconds to 2 minutes between sets. Contraindications include lumbar disc herniation, especially if you have pain when leaning forward. If you have lower back problems, keep the torso more upright, decreasing the inclination both in the initial phase and during the movement. People with shoulder tendinitis should be careful with grip, experimenting with different attachments to find what's most comfortable. If you have wrist pain, avoid the straight bar and opt for neutral handles that keep wrists in natural position. If you enjoyed this and want to also discover the best chest workout based on science, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen showing each one in detail. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching until here, and may God bless you, my friend.